Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the ChaddyTheChump channel, and today we're going to be talking about the two biggest names in British boxing as they are both fighting this weekend. One is fighting in an untelevised match, whereas the other is fighting on a pay-per-view, so very different. But they're still both fighting. The fights are similar. They're both warm-up fights. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. So, first we'll talk about Tyson Fury as he takes on Marius Wack in Pattaya, Thailand, in a 1,500-seater. All the money going to charity. So, that's good. And ultimately, it is just a warm-up fight. Marius Wack, you know what you're getting. Very old fighter, gonna be slow, and ultimately Tyson Fury plans to outbox him, plans to get rounds, right? Stay ready, stay fit for the Anthony Joshua fight, which hopefully will happen this coming year. And that's pretty much what it is. It's not televised, which is annoying for boxing fans who would want to watch him. Who doesn't want to watch Tyson Fury on a Friday night? So, that is a bit unfortunate, but ultimately we'll see clips. You can watch the fight on Netflix in like months when Tyson Fury's show gets a new season, which, who's gonna care then, right? I mean, Fury AJ will probably be before that. So that is what it is. But Fury warm up, he won't lose this, and it's just to stay fit. And that's sort of similar to Anthony Joshua's fight, which is on Saturday on DAZN pay-per-view against Christian Prenga. Now, Prenga, obviously similar to Wack, younger, but he's not on that world level. He's probably not even British level, if we're being honest with you. And it being a pay-per-view, people are annoyed about that, right? Is it worth pay-per-view? Depends. If you're a boxing fan, the undercard's decent, 2 world title fights. If you're not, then I would say steer away from buying it, because this is going to be easy work for Anthony Joshua. Again, I do see there being rounds. I don't think it'll just be a round 1 knockout, because I think that AJ wants rounds, Fury wants rounds to prepare, but it won't be a 50-50 matchup. It won't be a war or anything like that. It is simply going to be one-sided, and ultimately most likely will end in Anthony Joshua knocking out Prenga. We'll talk about the undercard. Shiraz in quite an easy fight against Simon Zakinuma. Obviously maybe a bit harder than Alan Babic. I think that was what his name was. But it's still quite an easy one. Simon, he lost on I think it was the Fury Makhmudov card to August Bank, I believe it was. And that is just, if you're looking to win a world title against Hamza Shiraz, that it shouldn't be happening. So ultimately it's a nice matchup for Shiraz, because he is waiting for that fight, which is Canelo and Billy. See the result of that, which is October 31st, I believe now. Canelo revealed it. And the winner of that fight will likely fight Hamza Shiraz. So, another sort of warm-up title defence before that to see who he will hopefully fight. Hopefully we do get that in the future. Also on the undercard, Josh Kelly taking on Aguiarco. Aguiarco coming off of the win to Ishmael Davis in Ireland, which was a good win, but I thought the fight was very close, and Ishmael Davis is British level, so I think it will again be a much easier bout than Mertzalayev, because that Kelly Mertzalayev fight was very close. I think this will be much easier than Mertzalayev. and, you know, a nice match, but a good one, right? A good one. I hope that this fight is going to be a decent one. Agiaco, good style. Josh Kelly, decent style. Hopefully we get a much more of a British, you know, war. Maybe not a war, but definitely, you know, a slugfest or something like that, hopefully, on the undercard. But we'll have to see. But again, I think it's a nice win for Josh Kelly. But who knows? It's a big fight for Agiaco. Who knows what could happen? Right, we could see an upset in this one. But those two fights are good, but the rest of the undercard, you know, not the most stacked Riyadh season card. You know, we've had a lot, but this one is definitely not the most stacked of them all, which, you know, is a bit unfortunate, because when the main event is, you know, such a one-sided bout, you would like to think that the undercard will be a bit better. So ultimately the pay-per-view is a bit disappointing, but I'm still going to watch it. Obviously, I mean, I've got DAZN Ultimate. That's probably the best thing you can have nowadays, because you can't even complain about the pay-per-view, because you've got Ultimate and you still get other pay-per-view fights. But I think we are seeing much more fights being pay-per-view because of DAZN Ultimate, right? Because I think, like, if you look at, like, Itoma Hrgovic in a month, that fight would not be pay-per-view, but it is because of DAZN Ultimate, you know? You think about maybe, even Tommy Fury, Eddie or Misfits, that was 15, but it's still a pay-per-view. Would that be considered pay-per-view before DAZN Ultimate? Maybe, but we are seeing more fights that are being put on as pay-per-view because of Ultimate and because of, you know, the amount of pay-per-views needed a year, which is like over 12. So it is a bit unfortunate, but if you have Ultimate, which I do recommend if you are a boxing fan, because it is definitely worth it getting every single fight on DAZN, and most fights nowadays are on DAZN, then that is good. But a decent weekend, right? Hopefully we'll get some more news on Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, which of course is the big one. Hopefully this year. We don't know where that fight's taking place. Cardiff, America, Wembley seems like doubtful, which is a bit disappointing because it's a fight built for Wembley Stadium. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, and let's just hope that we do see the fight. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the fights. Goodbye.